Hello, and welcome to the Inner Compass. I want you to picture a moment that every professional dreams of. You open your email, and there it is. The subject line reads, Salary Review. Your heart beats a little faster. You open it, and the news is good. A significant pay rise, a promotion, a big bonus. There's that initial rush of excitement, of validation. You think, finally, I've made it. All that hard work paid off. You start dreaming of the possibilities. A new car, a nicer apartment, that overdue holiday to Europe, more fancy dinners out. Now, fast forward 1 year. You look at your bank account, and strangely, it doesn't look that different. You're still saving about the same amount as before, maybe even less, but your life is now filled with more expensive payments. A higher car lease, a bigger rent or mortgage payment, more subscriptions, and your regular cafe order has somehow become a large oat milk latte with an extra shot. You're earning more money than ever before, but you don't feel any wealthier. In fact, you might even feel more stretched. What happened? What you've experienced is a phenomenon that quietly sabotages the financial futures of millions of successful professionals. It's called lifestyle creep, or lifestyle inflation, and today, we're going to pull it apart. This episode is not about being cheap. It is not about telling you not to enjoy the money you've worked so hard for. This is about being intentional. This is a 60-minute masterclass on how to use your success to buy you freedom. Not just fancier handcuffs. We'll diagnose why lifestyle creep happens, explore the deep-seated psychology behind it, and then lay out a concrete, 5-step playbook to ensure your next pay rise builds you a truly wealthy future. Part 1. The diagnosis. Why does this happen to smart people? Lifestyle creep is insidious because it doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels natural. It feels deserved. To beat it, we first have to understand the powerful psychological and social forces at play. First, there's the psychology of, I deserve it. And let's be clear, you do. You worked hard for that promotion. You put in the long hours. The voice in your head that says, I deserve a reward, is not wrong. It's a natural human response to effort. The danger is when this becomes your only response. The reward becomes an immediate, tangible upgrade, a new watch, a business class flight, that provides a short-term hit of dopamine. But in doing so, it consumes the very fuel that could have powered your long-term freedom. Second, and this is a massive driver in cultures like Australia and the US, is social comparison, or what I call the mates race. We are social creatures. We unconsciously benchmark our lives against those around us. Your colleague gets a new Tesla. Your friend renovates their kitchen and posts it on Instagram. You go to a barbecue at another mate's house, and they've just installed a beautiful new outdoor deck and a top-of-the-line Weber grill. Let me tell you a story about a guy named Dave. Dave is a 32-year-old project manager in Sydney. He was perfectly happy with his apartment and his life. Then he went to a housewarming party for his friend, Mark. Mark had just bought a house in a slightly nicer suburb, and it was a classic Aussie scene, a big barbecue, mates in the backyard, everyone admiring the new deck. Dave left that party with a new, uncomfortable feeling. His own apartment suddenly felt small. His backyard felt inadequate. The next week, he found himself on real estate websites, just looking. 2 months later, he and his partner were stretching their budget to its absolute limit to get a bigger mortgage for a house they didn't even know they wanted 3 months prior. That is the mates race in action. Third, is the simple, silent danger of mindless spending. Without a clear plan for new income, it doesn't just sit in your bank account. It gets absorbed. It disappears into 1,000 tiny, invisible upgrades. Your $5 work lunch becomes a $15 Uber Eats order. Your bottle of wine for Friday night goes from a $15 bottle from Dan Murphy's to a $30 bottle from a boutique shop. None of these decisions feel big, but this, death by 1,000 cuts, is often the primary reason why a $20 raise can vanish without a trace. And finally, there's a fascinating psychological trigger called the Diderot effect. The French philosopher Denis Diderot wrote about how getting a beautiful new scarlet dressing gown completely ruined his life. Why? Because once he had this elegant new gown, his old, comfortable study looked shabby in comparison. His worn-out chair, his simple desk, his old prints, they no longer matched. This created a spiral of consumption. He replaced the chair, then the desk, then the rug, until he found himself in debt, surrounded by luxury he didn't need, all spawned by one new item. This happens to us all the time. You get a new, high-end TV. Suddenly, your old sofa looks terrible underneath it. You buy a new suit for work. Suddenly, your old shoes and watch don't feel right with it. The Diderot effect is the gateway drug of lifestyle creep. Part 2. The Playbook: 5 Strategies to Intelligently Upgrade Your Life. Okay, so we understand the enemy. Now, let's build our defense. This is a 5-step playbook for consciously directing your next pay rise. Strategy 1. The first slice rule. This is an advanced version of pay yourself first, designed specifically for new income. The rule is, you decide where your new money will go before it ever has a chance to hit your everyday spending account. You give the first slice of your raise to your future self. How to do it? The moment you get confirmation of your raise or bonus. Do 2 things. First, log into your company's payroll system and increase your automated contribution to your 401k or superannuation fund. Second, calculate the after-tax increase in your monthly paycheck and set up a new automatic transfer from your checking account to your investment account for a portion of that amount. A great framework is the 50-30-20 rule for new money. For every new $100 you take home, a pre-commitment could be $50 immediately goes to investments, your future self fund. $30 goes into a separate account for planned lifestyle upgrades, we'll cover this next. And $20 is absorbed into your general spending for a little extra breathing room. This gives you the best of all worlds. Strategy 2. Create a lifestyle upgrade sinking fund. This strategy acknowledges that you should enjoy your success, but it replaces impulsive, debt-fueled spending with intentional, cash-funded purchases. How to do it? Open a separate, high-yield savings account and give it a specific name, like Future Fund or Upgrade Account. The 30% from the rule above gets automatically transferred here. This account is for specific, medium-term goals. Do you want that holiday to Europe? Do you want to renovate the backyard like your mate Mark? Great. Calculate the cost, divide it by the number of months you're willing to wait, and save for it in this fund. Let's go back to Dave from the barbecue story. Instead of impulsively getting a loan for a new deck, he and his partner decide they really do want it for summer next year. They calculate it will cost $8. They set up the upgrade fund and automate a payment of $670 a month into it. 1 year later, they pay for the deck in cash. It feels like a genuine, stress-free achievement, not a new financial burden. Strategy 3. The 30-day rule for major wants. This is a simple, powerful circuit breaker for the Diderot effect and impulse spending. How to do it? For any non-essential purchase over a certain amount, say $500, you are not allowed to buy it on the spot. You must write it down and wait 30 days. During that time, you don't ban yourself from thinking about it. You just don't buy it. After 30 days, if you still feel the same strong desire and it fits into your financial plan, you have permission to buy it. You will be shocked at how often, after 30 days, the intense need for that item has completely vanished. Strategy 4. Define your money dials. This concept, popularized by author Ramit Sethi, is about spending extravagantly on the things you love and cutting costs mercilessly on the things you don't. How to do it? This requires some self-reflection. Ask yourself, what do I absolutely love spending money on? What brings me genuine, lasting joy? For some, it's travel. For others, it's high-quality food and dining out. For another, it might be live music, technology, or fitness. Identify your 2 to 3 dials. Then, you give yourself permission to turn those dials up to 10. Spend lavishly and guilt-free on them. But the trade-off is you must be willing to turn the dials on things you don't care about down to 1 or 0. Here's a story of a couple who mastered this. He loves going to live sporting events with his mates. She loves weekend getaways to wine regions. They budget generously for these 2 things. But they both agree they don't really care about having a fancy car. So they happily drive a reliable 10-year-old Toyota. They don't care about designer clothes. So they shop at Uniqlo. They are living their version of a rich life by consciously directing their money towards the unique values, not society's expectations. Strategy 5. The Annual Financial, AGM, Annual General Meeting. A business wouldn't run without reviewing its performance. Your life is the most important business you'll ever run. How to do it? Once a year. Schedule a 2-hour, non-negotiable meeting with yourself and your partner. If you have one, make it a nice occasion. Go to a cafe. Open a bottle of wine. The agenda. Review the past year. Where did our money go? What spending brought us the most joy? What purchases do we regret? How did we track against last year's goals? Set goals for the next year. What is our new savings, investment target? What major lifestyle upgrades are we planning for in our sinking fund? Is our superannuation 401k optimized? This formal process turns you from a passive passenger into the active CEO of your own financial life. It ensures that you are consciously directing your resources year after year. So we've dissected the psychology of lifestyle creep and laid out a 5-part strategy to build a more intentional financial life. The first slice, rule. The lifestyle upgrade fund. The 30-day rule. Defining your money dials and holding your own financial AGM. The central idea I want to leave you with is this. A pay rise is not just an opportunity to spend more. It is an opportunity to buy your freedom faster. Every single dollar from a raise that you consciously direct towards your investments is a dollar that goes to work for you. It's a dollar that shortens the amount of time in the future that you have to work. It's a dollar that buys you options, security, and peace of mind. True wealth isn't measured by the brand of your watch or the postcode you live in. It's measured by the amount of control you have over your own time. It's the freedom to wake up and know that you are living life on your own terms. Don't let your hard-earned success become a prettier, more comfortable cage. Let it be the key that sets you free. So I'll end with a question for you to reflect on. What is the one thing you value most that you want to direct your next pay rise towards? Is it more security, more time, more experiences? Let me know your why in the comments below. Sharing it makes it real. Thank you for your time and for investing in your future self today.